Mwanamke ni nguzo kuu katika familia. Mwanamke ni chanzo cha mabadiliko ulimwenguni. Hata ukija kanisani, utapata ya kuwa wanawake ndo vigo. Bila shaka, nafasi ya mwanamke katika jamii ni muhimu sana. Palipo na mwanamke, hapa haribiki neno. Kwa sababu hii, runinga ya Capuchin inakuandalia na kukuletea show kubwa lenye mada Mwanamke Taifa Hai. Kila siku ya Jumanne saa 5 hadi saa 6 mchana. Ungana nami Debra Mwania ili tudhibitishe ya kuwa uwepo wa mwanamke ni uhai wa taifa. Usikose mdahalo huu wa Mwanamke Taifa Hai. Jeshi kubwa mwanamke, wewe ni kanisa wanawake. Hello there, karibu sana mtazamaji wa runinga ya Capuchin kwenye kipindi chetu cha leo, kipindi Mwanamke Taifa Hai. Hiki ni kipindi ambacho tunajadili mambo mengi yanayomhusu mwanamke, kutoka pale nyumbani kuja kanisani na hata katika taifa letu la Kenya. Haya ni mambo ambayo mwanamke anafanya ili kuhakikisha kwamba taifa letu linasonga mbele, familia, boma zinasonga mbele, na pia hata kanisa linapiga hatua mbele. Karibu sana kwenye kipindi chetu siku hii ya leo. Kumbuka, unaweza kutufuatilia kupitia kwenye kurasa wetu wa Facebook ambapo tuko live, na pia unaweza kutufuatia kupitia kwa YouTube channel yetu ambayo ni Capuchin TV. Facebook page ni Capuchin Television Network. Utufuatilie pale, na pia kwa njia ya comment unaweza ukatupa maoni yako kuhusu mada yetu ya leo. Mada yetu ya leo tunamuongelelea mwanamke, familia na pia kazi. Yaani wewe ni mwanamke, wewe uko na familia na pia uko na kazi. Unawezaje ukasawazisha haya maisha? Kusawazisha maisha, wewe ni mwanamke, wewe ni mama, pia unahitajika kazini. Jinsi unavyoweza kusawazisha maisha. Na hivi leo ninaye mgeni wetu studioni. Nitampa nafasi ili waweze kujieleza kwako. Na ukumbuke leo hii tutachanganya Kiswahili, Kizungu hapa kule, ndiposa tuweze kuelewana kwa ufasaha. Karibu sana kwenye kipindi chetu cha leo. Na ukumbuke pia waweza kutuma arafa kupitia nambari yetu ya arafa ambayo ni 21760, na kutuma arafa ni free of charge. Welcome to Capuchin Television Network. Kindly introduce yourself briefly to our viewers.
Thank you very much, Madam Deborah.
Yes.
For inviting me for this show.
Yes.
I'm Angeline Mulwa, a professor at the University of Nairobi.
Wow.
I'm married,
yes,
with children, and I do mentorship of the youth as well as families and even the little children. I am strongly in the church, and at the church I do singing. I am a member of Saint Veronica choir. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. As you can see, today we have Professor Angeline Mulwa with us here in studio, and we'll be discussing about this topic, about being a wife, being a woman, and at the same time a career woman. You have your own career, you want to grow career-wise. How do you balance it all? So maybe, Professor, you can just give us a brief background of your profession, a brief one.
Okay, thank you so much. My career started with training. My first training was a B.Ed. I did a Bachelor's of Education at the University of Nairobi.
So you are a teacher by profession?
Yes.
Okay,
after which
wonderful.
I was given a posting as a high school teacher, which I did for 6 years. After which I felt like teaching in a high school is so limiting in such a way that I felt that I needed to reach a wider range of audience. So I decided to go back to school where I did masters in educational planning, 2 years. And then briefly I went back to high school. Then I went to teachers college for 6 years, during which I started doing my PhD. And in the year 2011, I got a job with the University of Nairobi as I continued to finish my PhD, which I completed in the year 2012.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yes.
The last time we met, you were a doctor.
Yes.
I was surprised yesterday to just learn that you are now a professor,
Yes.
which is quite inspiring. Yes. Because it truly shows that you never rest. You are always running after growing career-wise.
Yes.
And that's very nice.
Yes.
So today we are here discussing how we can balance it all, being a woman, being a mother, having a family, being a career woman. We are here to discuss this topic today. And maybe briefly, Professor,
yes.
What do you think it is important for our viewers to have this topic and to get a better understanding of the topic?
Okay, thank you for that question. During this time in life, it is important for us to discuss issues related to having a family, having a job, and also being a woman. Long time ago, not many women were working, yes. But now many women are working, and every woman desires to have a job, at least to have a payslip or to have something which generates income. Sure. That empowers the woman from borrowing everything or asking for every assistance in the house, starting from the matchbox to everything.
And to the salt and to everything.
And to sanitary towels.
Yes, we are moving from that now.
Yes.
Every woman wants to be empowered.
Yes,
Every woman wants to be like, if I want something, I can just buy it myself. I do not need to go about.
Yes.
And now we are here, balancing it all.
Yes. And again, there is also a belief that if you are working, it might not be very easy for you to manage your family. And so, our topic today demystifies that belief that a working woman cannot manage a family successfully. And also, you know, you are working, you are a woman, you are working, most likely you will have a spouse who is also working. So we are looking at a family whereby people have a lot of time to spend working. They have a family to care, they have children, and I want to assure our audience that this is truly possible and it is the way to go, so that we help one another to mobilize resources to bring up our children together.
Sure. And that's why you as the viewer today, you will have many reasons to keep it here at Capuchin Television, whereby we are discussing about how being a woman you can balance all these responsibilities and duties around your neck, and at the end of the day come out very strong and successful at the same time. Remember, we are live on YouTube channel Capuchin TV, and we're also live on our Facebook page Capuchin Television Network. Remember, you can send in your feedback through our SMS, that is 21760, and that SMS is free of charge. You're not paying for anything, and you can as well share your feedback through the comment section on Facebook and on YouTube as well. And remember, you can also WhatsApp us through 0717 424 866 0717 424 866. You can send in your feedback through WhatsApp. Professor.
Yes.
Now here, balancing it all. For how long have you been working?
For over 20 years.
For over 20 years.
Yes.
And all these 20 years, you have been in a family, in a marriage setup, everything.
Yes.
So how does your typical day look like?
Okay. My day starts early.
At what time?
Like 5.
5 a.m.
Yeah.
Okay.
So after waking up, everybody has their program in the house. My personal program is that I wake up, I start with the mass, then I go to job. Yeah.
You attend the holy mass in the
morning? Yes, in our nearest parish. Which is usually 6:15
Which is your
a.m.
nearest parish?
My parish is Saint Veronica Parish, Syokimau,
Wow.
Machakos Diocese. Yes, so we have mass every day, 6:15. That
You
is
attend the
where
mass.
I start, unless I am traveling.
And then you proceed now to work.
Yes, I proceed now to work. So at work, I do the regular activities with the in break, lunch time. I would make a few calls to know how my people are like. And then in the evening, I go back to take care of my family. But within the week, and different days also have different activities. On Monday, it is my family day. On Tuesday evening, I go for choir practice, 7 to 8:30 at our parish. Then on Wednesday is left for public work. If you have something, you invite me on Wednesday evening, I will be able to participate. On Thursday, back to choir practice, and on Friday also is my family day. Weekend, it is for prior planned activities. It is also the time when as a family we will plan to go for charity work or even for prayers for retreat.
Wow,
Yes.
that's great of you. So you see, it's all about planning and how you plan yourself as a woman. So maybe you've given us a background of your career. You began as a teacher, and right now you are a professor, a lecturer.
A professor.
A professor at the University of Nairobi.
Yes.
Wow, that's so great. So, did you envision, as you began your career, did you envision how you would be balancing, trying to strike a balance between family, marriage, and career?
Okay. At the beginning, you never know how the future will be like, but at least you feel like, I would really love to have a family. I would love to be able to feed my family, but I can only do that when I am working. Actually, when I was in school, I really worked so hard, at least to have a source of income. I didn't want to stay in that situation whereby I can't feel that, let's go and take tea. Then I have to ask for money, imagine. And if it is the money which I had been given, I have to account.
Sure.
I looked forward for that time when I will have my personal money, which I can tell you, let's go out. Let's take coffee.
And then you can pay for the coffee.
I can pay for the coffee.
I
can also take out my family, including my spouse, without asking for money.
Yes, you just tell him, like, today we have to go out.
Yes,
today we have to go to Mombasa, we have to go to Masai Mara, we have to go to Dubai, and then you don't have to keep like asking for money.
Yes. So I looked forward to the time that I will have a family. Then I am also working, and I knew it shouldn't be possible because it is necessary.
Yes.
If I need a job and I need a family, then I should be able to balance.
And you did everything possible to make it possible and to make it work.
Imagine, I was asking myself now, when I grow up, I pray that I get children. How will my children look like when they are out? You know, that time, most children would go to school without shoes. So I was like, can I make it in such a way that my children are uplifted a bit
higher than
but
you
surprising, imagine,
yes.
My firstborn. She started in Nairobi, then I was posted in the rural, so she went to go to school there. So she has shoes, she go to school with shoes, and she comes back without shoes.
Because
the shoes are in
they
are in the back, and then she says, I ask her, where are your shoes? I removed. Why? You see, nobody else had the shoes, so I was the only one out.
That's interesting.
So I removed. So
and then she just packs the shoes in the bag and then walk barefooted like every other child.
Yes,
That's
so
interesting.
juggling these ones, I think I anticipated and I knew I will have to make it.
Sure.
Yes, because I wanted to maintain a family. I wanted to keep my children and to keep my job.
Everything.
In fact, I thought any man who would think that I should not work, that one will be my greatest enemy, whether it is my spouse or my father-in-law or my neighbor.
Interesting. I want us to take a quick break and then we'll be back in a moment. Keep it here at Captain TV. We are here with Professor Ancheline Mulwa. Mwanamke ni nguzo kuu katika familia. Mwanamke ni chanzo cha mabadiliko ulimwenguni. Hata ukija kanisani, utapata ya kuwa wanawake ndo vigo. Bila shaka, nafasi ya mwanamke katika jamii ni muhimu sana. Palipo na mwanamke, hapa haribiki neno. Kwa sababu hii, runinga ya Capuchin inakuandalia na kukuletea show kubwa lenye mada Mwanamke Taifa Hai. Kila siku ya Jumanne, saa 5 hadi saa 6 mchana. Ungana nami Debra Mwanya ili tudhibitishe ya kuwa uwepo wa mwanamke ni uhai wa taifa. Usikose mdahalo huu wa Mwanamke Taifa Hai. Ni jeshi kubwa mwanamke, wewe ni kanisa, wanawake, taifa hai.
Hail, Holy Queen, Mother of Mercy. Hail our life and sweetness and our hope. To you do we cry, poor banished children of Eve. To you do we send up our sighs, mourning and weeping in this valley of tears. Turn then, most gracious Advocate, your eyes of mercy toward us, and after this our exile, show unto us the blessed fruit of your womb, Jesus, O merciful, O loving, O sweet Virgin Mary. Amen.
To get Hail Holy Queen as your Skiza tune, send Skiza followed by code 738-10258 and send it to 811.
Mwanamke ni nguzo kuu katika familia. Mwanamke ni chanzo cha mabadiliko ulimwenguni. Hata ukija kanisani, utapata ya kuwa wanawake ndo vigo. Bila shaka, nafasi ya mwanamke katika jamii ni muhimu sana. Palipo na mwanamke, hapa haribiki neno. Kwa sababu hii, runinga ya Capuchin inakuandalia na kukuletea show kubwa lenye mada Mwanamke Taifa Hai. Kila siku ya Jumanne saa 5 hadi saa 6 mchana. Ungana nami Debra Mwania ili tuthibitishe ya kuwa uwepo wa mwanamke ni uhai wa taifa. Usikose mdahalo huu wa Mwanamke Taifa Hai.
Ni jeshi kubwa mwanamke, wewe ni kanisa, wanawake, taifa hai.
Thank you and welcome back to our show Mwanamke Taifa Hai. Today we have a Professor Angeline Mulwa with us, and we are discussing about this very important topic, how we can balance it all, or how a woman can balance between her family, her career and work, and everything else that ties her around the neck. And Professor has quite some good experience on this one, and I bet you will not regret sitting down and watching this show today. And remember that you can send in your feedback through our SMS line, that is 21760, or through our WhatsApp, that is 0717424866. And remember, we are live on Facebook as well as on Facebook as well as YouTube channel. Welcome back, Professor. Is there any time in your life that you ever felt like you need to choose between your work and family?
Yes.
How was it?
To be precise, this was around 2005. It was in my transition after completing my master's studies and joining the college. Okay, after my studies, I was posted in a certain girls' school in Kitui. And
Which school is that?
you know, schools have changed names from their traditional names to the saints. I think right now it is called Saint Monica. Saint Monica Mulutu.
Okay,
and I reported at around October. That was about 3 to 4 weeks to close for the year. So I was there for those 3 to 4 years. Yes. Weeks, then we closed. So coming in January, I found a transfer letter. And I was like, a transfer? I have not asked for transfer. How does this come?
And now TSC wants you to
the TSC says, if you are posted somewhere, no transfer until you take at least 3 years. So I have taken 3 weeks and I have a transfer in my hands. So I went back to the TSC and having stayed away from my family for 6 years in high school, I really felt that I needed to join my spouse in Nairobi, who was working in Nairobi.
To be with your family.
Yeah,
like everyone.
But at least I was ready to teach and organize myself in Kitui. But now with that transfer, I thought this is too much.
So where were you being transferred to?
To St. Husla.
St. Husla, that's Tungutu?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So my children were young and I was like, what a disorientation. I've not settled. Here is a transfer. I go there. I don't know what the next transfer will be. So I went back to Nairobi and complained to the TSC that I don't understand how that transfer has come over. So, of course, the TSC was like, just go, report as we look into your
matter.
into your matter. So I went and reported, and it was difficult to settle. I had a small child who was to join class 1. So I wanted to know, where is this child going to settle, where I am near. Now,
And now you are calculating the distance from home, the distance to Tungutu, and the
Yes,
also
yes,
another
yes.
child
And
who
I
has
was
to go to
like,
school.
okay, in Tungutu, I think I was there for one term, which I did not settle. I was like, I'm not settled. And when I reported at Tungutu, I think that very month of January, I got a transfer to Machakos Teachers College. But the principal there didn't want to release me. She wanted me to stay there. So, in the process, now I had to be there. I am alone. And I was like, hey, every evening, I see somebody holding their children. I am like, oh my God, where's my child? Where is my little Fale?
Now,
Then I was
now the mind is gone.
The mind is gone. And I am like, must I buy milk twice? In Kitui and in Nairobi, like that.
Now you are,
must I be on transit, like
every other
weekend?
time, in the morning,
So
in the
at
evening.
one point, I was calculating and I was like, at the end of the day, after working in Kitui and traveling 3 to 4 times, at the end of the month, how much am I getting in comparison to being with my family? Then I was like, I think somehow my family would be happy to have me even without a job.
Even without the salary.
Because what was remaining surely was not significant. But God came in the right time and sorted the issue.
Before you gave up.
Before I gave up.
Okay.
And when I went to Machakos, the principal was so kind because I told him, I'm not sure when I am going to be released. The principal is not in hurry. So he told me, Madam Mulwa, just go and sort your issues. Even if you take 6 months, you will still find your vacancy here.
Okay.
So when I went, I just found my vacancy there, and then I settled, and I told God, this is the time I must repay for all the time wasted in my settlement.
Sure. That's quite interesting. And thank you so much for giving us very good insights. And I think everyone watching this, you won't give up anytime soon. If she did not give up and she's now a professor, you do not have a reason to give up. So, what are some of the routines that you do basically daily just to avoid burnout? You know, sometimes you can work hard, you can have a lot to handle, and then at the end of the day you find yourself, I'm extremely tired.
Okay, thank you for that question. It is true, without good planning, you will definitely get burnt out. Because you are thinking about your family, you are thinking about work, you are thinking about your children, some are not near, and all that. So one thing I do, I make sure that my plan is very clear for every single day.
As you wake up?
As I wake up.
You work with your program in mind?
It's not even as I wake up. The program for the week is clear, how it will go, unless there is any disturbance. My children knows when I
just pops up from nowhere.
Unless now something unexpected. My children know where I will be when, and the time when we can talk. I also know where they are. By the way, we are very open in our family. My spouse also knows where I am, when I can be available, and when I am not available.
Quite interesting.
So we just plan well and then keep space for whatever we have planned.
And whatever will come up.
And whatever will come up.
We'll have some also, little time.
As a family, we following that program, we stand in for one another.
Wow, that's interesting. That's where we are coming now. Now, how does your family support you?
Okay.
Because you know you are a career woman and you've been here for quite some long time. And also, for you to do all these things, you must have a very supportive family and a supportive spouse.
Thank you. And that is very true. I would say my family is very, very supportive. I first want to acknowledge my spouse, Professor Justus Munyoki. he has been supportive right from my education to my career, to my progression, to wherever I am.
And everything.
Yes, we have supported one another. We have celebrated any appointments, any promotions.
Even the little achievements.
Even the little achievements.
That's quite interesting.
And even sometimes we prepare together. Like, you are going to be undertaking this and this and this. He is a marketer, me, I am an educationist. So in case he is training, we will share and I will give him those skills. And then we will also input. Our children are grown up and they are also very supportive in everything that we do. They come in and say, in fact, thank you, you have done it well here. If it were not for you, we want to copy you and we want to follow your steps.
That's nice. Moving forward, what has been your toughest challenge that you've ever had along your career and maybe your family?
Okay, thank you so much for that. I wouldn't say that I have faced any challenge beyond beyond management. I think the worst is the one I have just shared with you.
The one in Machangos and Kitui, and then we are just there.
Yes, I am just there. The others are more challenges, which I am able to manage with the support of my family and of course my colleagues, my mentors, and those whom I interact with. Yeah.
Wow. Our viewers here at Capuchin TV, remember today we are having a very important topic for a mother, for a wife, and this is someone who is also working. We are here. We want to know, how do we strike a balance? Professor here is giving us some very important tips on how we can balance everything between work, from home, from family, and being a mother. And you've had it. She has also had her own challenges. I know you have yours, I have mine, and everyone has their challenges. But at the end of this discussion, we'll all have gained something on how we can strike a balance and still make it moving forward. Now, here we are. We are working, we are mothers, we are wives, and now we are at the workplace. Do you think that the Kenyan employers are supportive to mothers in the work environment?
Thank you for that question. The employers, I would say, to some extent they are supportive, but there is still much
to be done.
For one, the Constitution and the Employment Act provides for some rights for the mothers, for example,
the maternity
leave, and all that, and the paternal for support by the family. But when we compare with other countries, we will find that once you get a baby, you are allowed the maternity leave. Then you can also be allowed to work online or to work a half a day, or even when you go to the workplace, you may find that there are spaces for nursing mothers, for changing and that. Yes, some. And then you will find that they even have support for the caregivers of the children, of the workers. For us, we have not gone that far. So I think we have a space. And then it also depends on your immediate boss. Some will have a very understanding bosses who will understand, yes, you have a little baby who could get sick anytime, who requires to be taken for immunization.
Yes.
And the mother is very crucial in that. But you will find that there are others who will ask you, does the baby as a father? The father can as well do that. Then you are left wondering, oh my God.
What do
then
I
you
do
say,
now?
My baby is unwell, I want to go to hospital. Then you
and
are
that
told,
makes some employees to resort to lying.
Yes.
Because you are leaving this person with no other options. Because, for example, someone who wants to take their child for immunization,
Yes.
a father will not do that.
Yes.
And even a nanny will not do that. So sometimes you find that they are forced to lie.
Yes.
And which is not good.
Sometimes you are even told, you say, I am unwell, or I have a sick child, then you are told, remember,
You signed the contract.
we have not employed the child.
Yes, we
it
have
is you
employed
whom
you,
we
the
have
mother.
employed, and you are not sick. But I appreciate quite many employers
Generally,
understand.
a majority of the employers in the Kenyan
Yes.
industry are understanding.
Yes, they are understanding.
Rarely have I come across someone who is decrying that the employers denied them an opportunity or permission to take their child to the hospital or for immunization or any other thing. I think the Kenyan employment is quite doing
But
good.
remember, you have more experience
Yes,
than
I
you.
know. I know. So let us take a quick break and then we'll be back in a moment. Keep it here at Capuchin TV. Remember, we are live on Facebook, we are live on YouTube, and we are also coming to get your feedback. So stay tuned. Mwanamke ni nguzo kuu katika familia. Mwanamke ni chanzo cha mabadiliko ulimwenguni. Hata ukija kanisani, utapata ya kuwa wanawake ndo vigo. Bila shaka, nafasi ya mwanamke katika jamii ni muhimu sana. Palipo na mwanamke, hapa haribiki neno. Kwa sababu hii, runinga ya Capuchin inakuandalia na kukuletea show kubwa lenye mada Mwanamke Taifa Hai. Kila siku ya Jumanne saa 5 hadi saa 6 mchana. Ungana nami Debra Mwania ili tudhibitishe ya kuwa uwepo wa mwanamke ni uhai wa taifa. Usikose mdahalo huu wa Mwanamke Taifa Hai.
Ni jeshi kubwa mwanamke, ni kanisa wanawake, taifa hai.
Hi, I'm Aisha Wankio, and Mata is my #1 hospital. My encounter at Mata Hospital was actually so far my best. Because you see, when you enter the doctor's room, the doctor is just ready to listen. The doctor is warm. The doctor is kind.
We have a wide range of inpatient and outpatient services, including accidents and emergencies, offering services for both children and adults.
And I would wish young people could come here too, so that they could feel how I felt. That's why I keep coming to Mata over and over and over. Their services, top notch.
Mata Misericordia Hospital. You matter to us.
Mwanamke ni nguzo kuu katika familia. Mwanamke ni chanzo cha mabadiliko ulimwenguni. Hata ukija kanisani, utapata ya kuwa wanawake ndo vigo. Bila shaka, nafasi ya mwanamke katika jamii ni muhimu sana. Palipo na mwanamke, hapa haribiki neno. Kwa sababu hii, runinga ya Capuchin inakuandalia na kukuletea show kubwa lenye mada Mwanamke Taifa Hai. Kila siku ya Jumanne saa 5 hadi saa 6 mchana. Ungana nami Debra Mwania ili tudhibitishe ya kuwa uwepo wa mwanamke ni uhai wa taifa. Usikose mdahalo huu wa Mwanamke Taifa Hai.
Ni jeshi kubwa mwanamke, ni kanisa wanawake, taifa hai.
Again, our viewers viewers, remember this is our every Tuesday show, Mwanamke Taifa Hai, and today we are discussing about how a woman can balance between between motherhood, work and family, as well as the career. Not forgetting that if you are employed, your employer wants you to be at work every day at 8 a.m. and probably you'll be going home at 5 p.m. or beyond 5 p.m. And with us, we have Professor Angeline Molo, and she's giving us some very quite good insights of how we can balance this. Now, Professor, having done all these things,
Yes.
juggling between motherhood, family, work, and everything, as a person or as an individual, what do you do so that you can unwind your mind, or just to make sure that you are mentally fit and that you do not carry more than you should?
Okay, thank you for that question. That is a very important thing for us as mothers to manage our own health, because otherwise you can see the burden is quite much. You are managing your family, your children, you are doing the work, and you also want to progress.
Yes.
So for me, for one, I prioritize my health issues, and I take leisure time, very important for myself. Time to do what I love. And one of those things that I love is singing.
I just want to be in the choir and
Yes,
sing and
it
do
feels so
everything.
good, because when you sing, actually you find answers to all unanswered questions in the Bible.
Wow.
You sing, you feel encouraged. You sing, you feel like you are answered. Be patient.
And you
Simama
feel
imara.
relieved.
Yes, and
in general, you just love music.
I love
and
music.
it helps you a lot to unwind.
Actually, I have several musicians who love singing.
Okay.
But besides the choir, I also do other things, which women do.
So now, just to catch up with time, because time is almost up.
Yes, yes.
Generally, what are just the brief insight that you'd give to young women who are in working and who want to balance life and just make sure they are good, both physically, mentally, and everything will work for them, in a brief?
Okay, thank you so much. I would say that one, if you are a working woman, please take care of yourself, give yourself a priority, interact with your friends, within work and outside the work, including in the village. And I also want to say that give close attention to your children. Make sure that they have their basics. Introduce them to God, to the Word of God. Take them to church and be keen to know what they are doing there. Protect them from the public, ensure that they are secure. As pertains to your marriage, please love your spouse as you promised during the marriage, and engage with one another in planning for the family. Keep one another informed of where you are and what you are planning to do, and engage in activities that make both of you happy, and try to make deliberate effort to make your family. Protect the image of the family, even as you interact at the place of work or elsewhere.
Wow.
As pertains to your personal health, please take keen interest, make friends with others, go out and enjoy. Don't wait for tomorrow. The tomorrow may not come. Just enjoy yourself today, and make sure that all is well. Yes.
Wow, quite interesting. If your children were to describe you in 3 words, what would they say?
Most likely, each one of them will have something to say extra. But I should think, one, they would say that I am kind, they would say that I am tough, and they wouldn't say that I am generous.
Wow, that's quite interesting. And as we wind up this show,
Yes.
is there any decision that if time would reverse that you meant in your life that you can change today?
I think I am quite happy with the decisions I have already made. I have no regrets, and I believe my family too has no regrets.
Wow.
Yes.
That's nice. So now I want to take some few feedback from the viewer. Someone, Bantry Emmanuel 1, says
Yes.
he is following. Idewa Franklin, Garissa County tuko pamoja sana ndani ya show tukiwa na my wife Ruth Wahito, my son Franklin na my daughter Favor wa Maria wa Maio anasema pia yuko ndani. Agnes Jahira anasema following. Silvana Sodiambo pia anasema pia yeye yuko ndani ya kipindi. So maybe as I check for more feedback and as we wind up,
Yes.
what are your few words, your final thoughts and your empowering message for the women navigating the same journey as you are?
Okay, thank you, my dear women. I want to tell you that it is interesting to partake the 3 roles if life allows you. Have a family, bring up children. They give you a reason as to why you should struggle.
Work
Keep
harder.
your family, work hard, and make sure that you commit yourself to work so that those whom you serve there can actually emulate you. So my dear young people, do not fear to be married. It is possible to work and manage your family. Yes, at least it will make your family better in terms of resources.
Sure,
Thank
sure.
you.
And you know, on that point,
Yes.
you know, these days women are finding it very difficult to manage between family, work, especially the young women. I really don't know how to put it, but we really have to keep encouraging.
Yes.
And you know, you have better experience and you are in a position to encourage with the young ladies that you can make it.
Yes.
So maybe what a better word can you tell them? Just in one word. They should be?
Courageous.
Wow. Be courageous because this journey is quite tough. And we also need to move on. And we have to balance these things. We have to be very patient with life.
Yes.
And we have to work hard, knowing that it will pay someday.
Yes, and
Imagine
of
if you
course-
gave up in Kitui.
Yes.
You would not be
Of
a professor
course,
today.
we should rely on God's favor.
Sure.
Yes,
Yeah, because
yes.
I'm just imagining if you gave up at that time you were in Kitui, today you would not be a professor. Zifora Mogenti says that she's tuned in. Joseph Muteti saying that pamoja sana nimependa kipindi. Caroline Mongeli pia anasema pia yeye amependa mazungumzo kwa sababu pia yeye anajaribu kustrike a balance, having a little baby, working and everything. So anasema pia yeye amependa kipindi. So as we wind up, I want to thank you, Professor, for finding time to join us here at Capuchin TV and also to give us insights on how we can strike a balance between motherhood, family, and everything. And we say thank you because we know your program is as busy as you put it.
Yes.
So thank you so very much for finding time. Maybe 1 or 2 words as we part.
Thank you so much too for giving me this chance. Usually I am very public and available to anybody who wants to get in touch with me. Maybe you feel free to give them my contact. If not here, feel free to get in touch with me anytime, anywhere, and I will be able to assist. Yes.
Wow, quite interesting. Thank you so very much, Professor. And we thank you for finding time to be with us. We thank you to our viewers for choosing Capuchin Television Network and for being part of this very important discussion that we've had today. And we say goodbye. Coming up next, we'll have the rosary, and then after that we'll have the mtazamo at 1 p.m. with Alan and Eva. Until next time, stay blessed. See you. Goodbye.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Mwanamke ni nguzo kuu katika familia. Mwanamke ni chanzo cha mabadiliko ulimwenguni. Hata ukija kanisani, utapata ya kuwa wanawake ndo vigo. Bila shaka, nafasi ya mwanamke katika jamii ni muhimu sana. Palipo na mwanamke, hapa haribiki neno. Kwa sababu hii, runinga ya Capuchin inakuandalia na kukuletea show kubwa lenye mada Mwanamke Taifa Hai. Kila siku ya Jumanne saa 5 hadi saa 6 mchana. Ungana nami Debra Mwania ili tudhibitishe ya kuwa uwepo wa mwanamke ni uhai wa taifa. Usikose mdahalo huu wa Mwanamke Taifa Hai.
Jeshi kubwa mwanamke, ni kanisa, wanawake, taifa hai.
Kwa jina la Baba na la Mwana na la Roho Mtakatifu. Amina. Malaika Bwana alimpasha habari Maria,
kwa uwezo wa Roho Mtakatifu.
Salamu Maria, umejaa neema, Bwana yu nawe, umebarikiwa kuliko wanawake wote, na Yesu mzao wa tumbo lako amebarikiwa. Maria Mtakatifu, mama wa Mungu, tuombee sisi wakosefu,
sasa na saa ya kufa kwetu.
Amina.
Mimi ni mtumishi wa Bwana,
nitendee ulivyonena. Umejaa neema, Bwana yu nawe, umebarikiwa kuliko wanawake wote, na Yesu mzao wa tumbo lako umebarikiwa. Maria Mtakatifu, mama wa Mungu, tuombee sisi wakosefu,